we're not going to take our audience base to the next level if either we are not here, that's a given, but I also feel that the human zoo strand is so potentially successful that we just need a couple of extra lines.
And we have had complaints this evening that they can't get through because it's engaged while it's ringing with other people.
Okay, well then I have responsibility for the network to ask whether, in terms of audience, whether we're going to see a return on that investment. Because whilst current audience levels are within acceptable parameters, what we'd be looking for in return for the investment you're suggesting.
Well, that's a reasonable point. That is a reasonable point. And Matt had his hand up because he wanted to say something.
Yes,
which is rather endearing, actually. Yeah. Hold on, show us your hand. That's fine.
Well, no, what I was going to say.
Chair recognises Matt.
We are actually sort of missing something that I thought of the other day and had forgotten about until now. Is that, being technically minded, Stuart will understand this as well. We do actually have a second phone line that can be tapped into this studio, not for this week, but maybe for another broadcast if it happens. We do have a second phone line.
Okay. There are also things you can do with Skype, for instance, where you can forward this number here to the Skype system, and so once it gets handed off, that line is available again.
Okay, but Marcus raises a very good point, one that I want to address. I certainly don't want to run away from it, Marcus, and it is this. BBC Radio and broadcasting generally is funded because the government puts a gun to the head of all 52 million people in the country and says, give us 120 quid every year.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a problem, is it?
That's true.
So easy. That's an easy one. Commercials, they go around, commercial radio stations and television, the rest of it, they go around saying to people, we've got so many people watching us and listening to us that the only way you're going to sell your Renaults or your Daz washing up powder is by buying 30 seconds with us and telling everybody about it.
True.
Now, the internet can't obviously make people make a subscription, but it seems to me there's three possible ways in which you could get back some of your investment if you want to put a switchboard in here and maybe get a phone operator and all that kind of thing.
I'm listening.
One would be conventional advertising, but then people might go, one of the things we like about the internet show is that there are no bloody commercials on it. Then there's conventional internet advertising, isn't there? Whereby ads pop up. I mean, it can be very annoying, but there's that way. Then there's sponsorship, whereby, some company... we call it, the I don't know, DHL show or something like that. They're a good advertiser.
Tommy and Duncan in association with DHL.
We've teamed up. I hate that, but I hear it a lot. We've teamed up.
the Tommy Boyd Bicycle Shop sponsors.
We've teamed up with my mate Jeff, who used to own some bicycle shops that only opened on Saturday. And the third way is subscription. So I think the people who are listening at the moment and chatting on Skype and emailing us and calling in 01243 55 60 60, I want to ask you all a question, and I don't have a view one way or the other. I'm only asking you a question, right? Would you pay, say, a £5 a month, say, to be allowed access to this show and to be allowed to contribute what you want when you want, so that it would then be a genuine community, a fee-paying community?
Nice.
Because that is
see, that's already springing up alarm bells for me, because the people who listen to Play Radio during the day, would they suddenly lose transmission between 8 and 10 on a Sunday night because they haven't subscribed?
Yes.
Why? That's not very fair, is it?
Yes.
The loyal listeners who listen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, suddenly cut off because they're not paying a subscription.
It's a commercial. It's a business, mate. It's a business, mate.
But I don't think
it's a business.
But we're supplying people with entertainment. We're not. I hate the way commercial radio these days is just constantly based on budget and money and stuff. Why can't we just entertain people?
An even better question would be, do any of our community for this show out there work or are associated with or know any organisations that would want the kind of exposure that we could offer them to sponsor this show, in the belief that it is the modern-day cutting-edge platform for free speech and discussion in this country, and indeed the world.
Good question.
The resounding answer in the chat room is no in big capital letters. They're cheapos. But I think you lost lots of them where after the statement, do any of these people work? I think you could probably have stopped there.
Milan says, this makes me laugh. If you make us pay, we'll get a life instead of listening to you.
That's not my. It's not my bag. It's not a subscription. No, it's not what I'm about. It's not what I'm about as a network manager.
Peter Chapman says
against it.
Peter Chapman says Marcus could afford more phone lines if he stopped buying expensive cheeses.
Very true. I can afford my own cheese hotline.
Hang on a minute. Are you putting cheese on the company budget before my pay rise?
Yes.
Most definitely.
Well, you can't a pay rise. You can't go much higher than zero, which you told us last week anyway. So.
I can feel the pressure mounting. I'm going to have to come to a decision in the next 5-6 minutes.
Yes, interesting. Let's take another call to Play Radio. It's the sort of human zoo style thing. So you're on. Hello.
Hello, it's Nina. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I have a very important question. What colour pants shall I get Dennis for Christmas?
Black.
Green.
Why white? I want to get him white, but I'm not sure if the colour will suit.
You have a problem with skid marks, love, when he's been
Yeah,
drinking.
that's right. That's why black is so
bought
good. Black hides every kind of stain that happens in the pant area.
Apart from one.
Why
I think he likes grey pants as well.
Why do we wear pants? We don't share
You're not going
ourselves on a
commando,
technical
are you?
basis. Why do we wear pants?
To avoid unnecessary bruising and chafing.
Hang on a minute.
What?
What jeans are you wearing?
What? If it was to avoid unnecessary bruising and chafing, then you'd wear pants all the way down to your ankles, wouldn't you?
No, because not
Because your knees are just as sensitive as your...
Well, what bruises against your knee then, Tommy?
Nothing bruises against my knee. I've always wondered what the point is of underpants. Underpants are a complete... they're just a pressure, aren't they? They're a pressure.
They keep everything together and they form it into a nice
Why do men wear
shape
boxer shorts? What's the point of boxer shorts?
I agree.
There's no
I don't
point
like
in
boxer
boxer shorts as well.
As soon as if we didn't wear boxer shorts and pants, it'd be extremely embarrassing when we went, like, if you're staying at a parent's house and you went down in the morning to get yourself a cup of tea and you weren't wearing it.
Is that the only reason? Every day you wear underpants on the top because you might suddenly inexplicably end up at your parents' house. I mean, that's fucking
stupid
ridiculous.
That
yeah. Go away, Nina. Thank you for your call.
LDN calling, by the way, says that he's imagining Tommy wearing long johns at the moment. And he also says, get a cheese company to sponsor the show, then you can have wine and cheese whenever you want it.
What a damn fine idea.
Oh, well, I'm going to talk to somebody I know, actually, on that score, and he's very good because he came and listened. I used to do a show on a thing called Talk Radio, where I used to be quite aggressive, only for comedic purposes, to the callers. And he came and he watched an hour of the show, and I said, what do you think? Oh, he said, he's Scottish guy, but he said, we're going to go with you. He said, I think... we'll go to one of the manufacturers of fucking dog meat.
Play Radio UK.
Why don't you upgrade your TV viewing and save money with the Vida HD Plus system? One smart box delivers high-definition resolution on TV, DVD and games. You can freeze and rewind live TV and record your programmes to watch later, even when you're watching another channel. And it comes with all the Freeview channels already installed. Best of all, it's free when you book an installation at just £69 and take out our comprehensive service agreement for only £10 per month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get a free digital aerial upgrade ready for the big switchover. For more information and to order yours, call now on 08702 432 969 or log on to www.